and gentlemen, we're now moving on to our next panel, Reclaiming Food with Farming.
Because it just so happens that agriculture and farming is where our roots are. It is one of the wisest pursuits that we delve in as humans. And for that reason, we put together this panel for you from across the world, women of influence from across the world. And it is our absolute honor to invite them on the stage.
We would like to call upon Dr. Rupal Tyagi to please come on stage. Rupal Tyagi.
Dr. Rupal, are you with us?
Chef Ritu Kugaji. A warm welcome.
Chef Ritu, the chef consultant and culinary expert at FitMag. Welcome. Allegro Dinkwanye. Allegro, are you here? Our South African sister. Sri Lakshmi Bansidhar. Sri Lakshmi is a Veena artist, a musician of great repute, and a lawyer.
Stephanie Arma, Executive Assistant at Mastermind Incorporated from Ghana. Stephanie, are you with us? Miriam Kasimi, if I can please invite Miriam Kasimi to come up on stage. She is the CEO of Sungay.
Miriam coming from France.
Oh, she's definitely the fashionista this whole week.
Embracing India in her beautiful sari. She creates and develops projects in the solar energy space, creating farms and global solutions for farmers and corporates alike. An honor. France in the house!
Bernadetta Rodriguez. If I can please call upon Bernadetta Rodriguez to come up on stage. Welcome. She's coming all the way from Costa Rica.
Bernadetta is the co-founder and business consultant of Firamento Business Assessment.
Shahnawaz Akhtar Jahan, founder of the Renaissance Group from Bangladesh.
Costa Rica in the house. Woo!
Shahnawaz Akhtar Jahan, are you with us? Mantasha Ahmed, all the way from Bangladesh. Sabina Shirazi Rosina Akhtar. Ladies from Bangladesh, a warm welcome.
My beautiful girls on this side of the stage. Krishna, the very popular sister. I request you guys settle down because this is an amazingly intriguing session. Thank you. A warm welcome to our sisters from Bangladesh. in their absolutely impeccable handlooms. Yes. We have a lady chef in the house, Chef Ritu Uday Gugagi. I welcome you to share your story with us and also to enlighten us with your views on reclaiming food through farming. I don't find anybody more appropriate to initiate this discussion on an afternoon where we've just been fed, our bellies are happy, we are ready to receive you. Please.
Point taken. How is everyone, guys? How's the energy? Okay. I am Dr. Rupal Tyagi, and I was not thinking that I would be speaking on farming because I'm more into the social research or advisory thing. But recently started working a little bit in the farming side. And I help social entrepreneurs, agri-entrepreneurs in helping raising working capital as well as advisory and policy recommendation, writing reports and all. So when I was reading all this stuff on agri sector and writing the report on it, that there are a lot of things which emerge and I would like to share here with you guys. In India, agriculture, basically this is the right word. So we have heard about IT sector, we have heard about manufacturing sector, but agri is a culture. Oh, why? Because agri is a lifestyle. Lifestyle, the way we live, our family values, even our festivals are basically on agri, like culture. That is actually our soul of the country, basically agriculture, right? But when we come to know about the women in the sector, what is the number? If I don't know how many of you knew that the number of women farmer is very, very large or very low. Any idea? Every farm, there are male farmers, but the ratio is the women farmers are also there, 10% male then versus 15% female farmers are there for even farming, harvesting, seeding, every they are doing. Especially in Northeast, if you go, then there are 100% women are responsible for farming activities. But the thing is that I have read recently that as per the policy, women are not considered as farmer. There is no documentation about women as a farmer. Recently, I had read a report that there are a lot of farmer suicide. I think everybody knows this is very, very disaster thing which is happening in the country, that farmers are suicide. But if there is a woman farmer who has committed...
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now moving on to our next panel, Reclaiming Food with Farming.
Because it just so happens that agriculture and farming is where our roots are. It is one of the wisest pursuits that we delve in as humans. And for that reason, we put together this panel for you from across the world, women of influence from across the world. And it is our absolute honor to invite them on the stage.
We would like to call upon Dr. Rupal Tyagi to please come on stage. Rupal Tyagi.
Dr. Rupal, are you with us?
Chef Ritu Gugagi. A warm welcome.
Chef Ritu, the chef consultant and culinary expert at FitMag. Welcome. Allegro Dinkwanye. Allegro, are you here? Our South African sister. Sri Shri Lakshmi Bansidhar. Shri Lakshmi is a Veena artist, a musician of great repute, and a lawyer.
Stephanie Arma, Executive Assistant at Mastermind Incorporated from Ghana. Stephanie, are you with us? Miriam Kasimi, if I can please invite Miriam Kasimi to come up on stage. She is the CEO of Sungay.
Miriam coming from France.
Oh, she's definitely the fashionista this whole week.
Embracing India in her beautiful sari. She creates and develops projects in the solar energy space, creating farms and global solutions for farmers and corporates alike. An honor. France in the house!
Bernadetta Rodriguez. If I can please call upon Bernadetta Rodriguez to come up on stage. Welcome. She's coming all the way from Costa Rica.
Bernadetta is the co-founder and business consultant of Firamento Business Assessment.
Shanivaz Akhtar Jahan, founder of the Renaissance Group from Bangladesh.
Costa Rica in the house. Woo!
Shanavaz Akhtar Jahan, are you with us? Mantasha Ahmed, all the way from Bangladesh. Are you Shanavaz? Are you Shanavaz? Are you Shanavaz? Are you Sabina? And Rosina. Sabina, Shirazi, Rosina Akhtar. Ladies from Bangladesh, a warm welcome.
My beautiful girls on this side of the stage. Krishna, the very popular sister. I request you guys settle down because this is an amazingly intriguing session. Thank you. A warm welcome to our sisters from Bangladesh. In their absolutely impeccable handlooms. Yes. We have a lady chef in the house, Chef Rutu Uday Gugagi. I welcome you to share your story with us and also to enlighten us with your views on reclaiming food through farming. I don't find anybody more appropriate to initiate this discussion on an afternoon where we've just been fed, our bellies are happy, we are ready to receive you. Please.
Point taken. How is everyone, guys? How's the energy? Okay. I am Dr. Rupal Tyagi, and I was not thinking that I would be speaking on farming because I'm more into the social research or advisory thing. But recently started working a little bit in the farming side. And I help social entrepreneurs, agri-entrepreneurs in helping raising working capital as well as advisory and policy recommendation, writing reports and all. So when I was reading all this stuff on agri sector and writing the report on it, that there are a lot of things which emerge, and I would like to share here with you guys. In India, agriculture, basically this is the right word. So we have heard about IT sector, we have heard about manufacturing sector, but agri is a culture. Oh, why? Because agri is a lifestyle. Lifestyle, the way we live, our family values, even our festivals are basically on agri, like culture. That is actually our soul of the country, basic agriculture, right? But when we come to know about the women in the sector, what is the number? If I don't know how many of you knew that the number of women farmer is very, very large or very low. Any idea? Every farm, there are male farmers, but the ratio is the women farmers are also there, like 10% male then versus 15% female farmers are there for even farming, harvesting, seeding, or every they are doing. Especially in Northeast, if you go, then there are 100% women are responsible for farming activities. But the thing is that I have read recently that as per the policy, women are not considered as farmer. There is no documentation about women as a farmer. Recently, I had read a report that there are a lot of farmer suicide. I think everybody knows this is very, very disaster thing which is happening in the country, that farmers are suicide. But if there is a woman farmer who has committed suicides, the number will not be there. So 10 male, okay, they are farmers. But if there is a one female, that the counting will not be there. So they are not considered as farmer. There is no documentation as per the policy. So just wanted to raise this question here and would like everyone to participate so that we can help policies to change and their women should be named as a farmer because their contribution is very, very large in this sector. And we should also urge the government to focus on the agriculture sector as a mandatory spend, especially for the CSR point of view. I would say 2% compulsory mandatory CSR, but there should be something, some portion out of CSR funding should be going to the agri sector. That's all I would like to say from this forum. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Dr. Tyagi. You said it the right way. We have such a huge contribution in the agriculture business. I mean, I would consider us being the backbone of it, women the backbone of it. So thank you for bringing that and working on the policy side of things as well. A big round of applause for you, Doctor. Next, I would like to invite, I know Ritu is not here, but I do know that Uday Kugaji is here and he will be receiving her award. So a big round of applause for Udayji. Would you like to say a few words? Okay, so after when you receive the award, okay. Sri Lakshmi, if I can please invite Sri Lakshmi ji to come up on stage. Veena, artist and a lawyer. A big round of applause for you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Reclaiming food with farming. Why are we discussing this topic in this forum? Because we are in an era where we want everything online, including food. We order food online, have it, wash our hands, move on. We don't know from where it is coming, what are the ingredients it is used, what are the responsibilities we have in cultivating that food. And we are proceeding towards an era where our great grandkids will Google searching the images of cultivable and arable land and show the pictures to the friend. Once upon a time, my great grandparents possessed. Poor thing. What an era we are moving. So, to reclaim food with farming, I have few humble requests like, let us recognize the agriculture profession as that of any other profession equal to the power to that of medicine, law, architecture, whatever it is, and also inculcate and educate the kids right from the primary school the art of farming. The school consumes acres and acres of lands. We are allotting for physics lab, chemistry lab, allot few cents of land for farming, such that they have an experiment with farming too, so that they get educated and also inculcate the habit of farming. And as they grow up, whether they are going to be an IT professional or architect or whatever it is, we work only 5 days a week. Let us enjoy the art of farming through the weekends instead of hitting the pubs and bars. I'm not against pubs and bars, Tree, at least on alternate weekends. So that will create an awareness in the youngsters and also other professionals about agriculture. And also I want the ancient wisdom and the innovative ideas from the farmers to combine together to have a reclaiming food with farming. See, I have a short story to discuss with you from my real life too, because basically I am a bachelor in chemistry, then a post-graduation in computer application, then gain a master in applied psychology, then did my masters and bachelors in music, and finally LLB law. In the course of time, I didn't bother about a few acres of land which I inherited from my family. Till one fine day, one of my friends from US, she was here for some time before. She called me and let us see the coconut harvesting, which I haven't myself seen it. So we both went to the farm and we saw the tree climbers climbing the coconut trees as if they're climbing the stairs and trying to touch the sky. We were so surprised and happy to see that. And after that, all the coconuts, end of the harvesting day, they were kept in heaps on the four corners of the farm. And suddenly there was a chaos, and I asked, what is the problem? The caretaker was holding a coconut in his hand and told me that this is supposed to be in the southern part, this is lying in the western part. What? Do you differentiate coconuts from all the areas? No, ma'am. Each and every coconut produce unique color and shape. If you do it carefully and watch it carefully, you will also know that. So it is time to learn farming now, I thought. So let me explore farming, and started going to the farm each and every day. And when I touch the stand in my hand and smell it, I feel insanely rich, whatever matter I own. So guys, I ask all my soul sisters and my friends gathered here, let us reclaim food with farming. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sri Lakshmi, for taking us on that journey. Because to everything there is a season, a time to plant and a time to pluck, a time to be born and a time to die. And so it continues. Thank you so much. I invite us to go to Costa Rica. I invite the lovely, we met her yesterday in generosity for a translation for her sister, Bernadita.
Okay. Well, good afternoon. Thank you everyone for being here. And I want to thank mainly to Dr. Harbin Arora, because she named me more than a year ago as an honorary member of the WEF. And that was a really, really honor for me. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. I was planning to show a video about Costa Rica, but there is no time. So let me tell you some facts about my country, okay? That you should really know, because we are more than 15,000 kilometers away from my country. And you should know that Costa Rica is an agricultural country. And also it's a country that has no military. And so for us, it's a really honor because we address the budget that most of the countries use for military. We use it in education. So that really helped our country to be a different country, different and peaceful country. So we are really small, because our population is 5.5 million people. That's all. We are a small country, like me, but with a big heart. And so that really, it's important for us. And we represent 6% of biodiversity of the planet. So we have been in, besides that, we had the first woman in Central America to become a president. Her name is Laura Chinchilla, and we feel sad for her because she just lost her husband. But fortunately, for me, having the opportunity to share with you a little bit of what the topic is about. I work as a investment banker now. After working 25 years in banking, I just decided to become an entrepreneur and have my own office and with other colleagues. So I request our Supreme Soul to give me some guidance. What will I do after 25 years of banking? And I didn't want to work in bank anymore. So my husband says, you have no choice. Your curriculum is, with banking, so what are you gonna do? So I decided to start talking to some of my old clients, and I had the opportunity to support some causes that work in social areas, in rural areas, where women are taking leadership on farming. And so we have been able to support and get some funds for these people. For example, after Hurricane Nate last year, the whole town was devastated. And a lady took the leadership of raising again and the community. How? Well, let's start with doing some farming with our basics, because we know how to do it. We are a country that we have all the experience on farming for a whole year, a lot of years. So as the World Bank says, agriculture and food, farming can help reduce poverty, raise income, and improve food security for 80% of the world's poor. So going after that, in our purpose in my office is to support those causes and to really do something impacting and giving a legacy in humanity. So we are gonna do it. I started my 50 years old in a different project, but willing to get it, okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bernadetta. That's such an important piece that you discussed. How do we take finance and then how do we implement that into agriculture to make sure that it's more sustainable? And with your knowledge, you're probably able to do it faster. So thank you for taking that step. And thank you for sharing that with us all the way from Costa Rica. Next, I would like to bring upon Miriam Kasimi to please come up on stage. She is the CEO of Sangay. Welcome.
Hello, everybody. I would have to say how I get emotions to be there and wanted first to thank, of course, Dr. Arvin Arora and also her team, the MCs that are here and that can really help us to develop that, because I know it's not easy with the team behind to organize those kind of events that are really important. Really important to raise awareness, because we have many things to do. And I will first thank all of the women that come across the world from Africa, India, because I met so many great women. Thank you so much for being there, because I know you are fighting every day for a better place for women, and we have to do that. So thank you so much. But it's not just a dream. It's not just a wish. It's a real battle. It's a real fight. We definitely still have to fight. Too many bad things that we still have in that world, and it's really solemn to me to say you that, but I'm really optimistic when I see all those great women I met for the last 6 days. Thank you so much. So what about the reason why I'm here for farming and solar energy? I was cycling for 10 years in Paris, going to work by my bicycle, and it was really polluted. So I bought a mask, and it was still not okay. Then I decided to have my own fight, my engagement, my commitment, like you all do have some. It was my fight against pollutions. Pollutions was really linked to CO2 and all those gases we are breathing every day on our cities, but also on our campaign and all over the world. I know in India you also face that, but thanks to what you will do, I'm sure we will be able to reduce those CO2 gas emissions today. So I decided to create Sunji. It's a solar energy company because energy is also one of the most polluted sector within the world. And I decided to engage myself where we need energy, which is Africa, and I started with Algeria. So Sunji now, for 5 years, we have already been able to reduce 300 tons of CO2 and many other success, and I'm really proud of my team. And you will see what is the link with agriculture. I loved what you said concerning agri is a culture, because in Africa and in Algeria, it should be a culture as well. We import all what we eat, and we have to pay attention to the quality of what we eat, because you know that better than me, we are what we eat, right? And we have been so stupid to pollute what we eat today. I'm also a polluter, so that's my fight, but I first have to fight against myself and to change my own daily behavior. So coming back to farming, why farming and energy? Because of course, we need energy to have this culture of agriculture, to pump water, to store and to fresh the milk we have, to transport them. And I have been able, with the farmers in the desert in Africa, to sell them projects and to give them the opportunity to have less habit with oil and gensets, that are also polluting. But with solar energy, it's cleaner, it's cheaper, and it's of course really quite okay with them, because thanks to solar energy, we can bring the energy everywhere. It's really easy compared to oil and genset. So I'm really proud of all the results we face already, but it's not enough. We still have to fight, and I'm sure thanks to all the things we are going to do together, I'm optimistic, because I saw and I met so many crazy and really smart women and men, because humanity is also possible to do a lot of great things. We've done that. We are able now, we pollute water, but we are able now, thanks to engineers, to clean it everywhere. That's exactly the same with food. We put many chemicals there, but now we are turning back to bio things. And thanks to you and thanks to women, we can really say that we will reclaiming for farming. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mariam. Thank you for being with us, and thank you for being the mover and shaker, you know, in the global solutions for farmers, because it's so important sometimes. There's so many barriers that they go through, and farming becomes their main side of focus, and people like yourself are actually helping them implement things. So big round of applause. She is coming all the way from France. Thank you for being with us. Next, I would like to invite Shahnawaz Akhtar Jahan to please come up on stage. She is the founder of Renaissance Group, all the way from Bangladesh. Welcome.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is a great honor for me to be present here today with you all. I would like to thank Women Economic Forum for giving me this great opportunity. Women empowerment is an important issue today, so is gender equality. Women in every country are raising their voice for their own rights. In the first world countries, women have gone so far in this matter, but it is sad to observe the situation in the developing and underdeveloped countries. The socio-economic culture of these countries usually discourage women empowerment, but it has not been able to shackle or stop our women like before. Due to internet and abundance of information, women are now being able to get the information they required and see the world. If they are not able to work outside from the family, they now can work from their home and use the online marketplaces to sell their products. Was it possible 10 or 15 years before? No. So I am hopeful that in the next 5 or 10 years, things will change so fast for women. I believe there will be a time soon when women won't require to talk about gender equality and women empowerment. Agriculture and farming can play a huge role in this regards change. If women are living in the rural areas in developed and developing countries can get the knowledge of modern farming techniques, they will be able to grow more crops. And if they get a proper supply chain, they will be able to sell it in a better way. Nowadays, we are tensed about the artificial fertilizers and pesticides used to grow crops. I believe we can play a huge role to change it through organic food products and supplied by the women in rural areas. Besides farming, agriculture, RMG textiles, we are also doing great in information technology. All we need is proper guidance and training. Different women chambers are playing a vital role in this regard. Through these women chambers, women are getting different kind of trainings to become successful. Our Chittagong Women Chamber is also trying to create a positive change in the society under the leadership of our Honorable President Monora Hakim Ali, advisors and directors of the chamber. I would also like to welcome entrepreneurs from India and other countries to Bangladesh to invest. Bangladesh is a land of opportunity. We are number 2 in textile export in the world, and by 2021, we will be the number 1, as research says. We are also doing a lot of export in leather, jute products, ceramics, frozen fish, etc. For available cheap labor, government support, and all kind of logistic supports, Bangladesh has become a great choice for the foreign investors. If anyone from you is interested to set up your business in Bangladesh or want to do a joint venture, please talk to us. We will try to provide all the required support. I will not make my speech long. My best wishes for the collaboration between India and Bangladesh, and I believe we will work together in many projects to support our women and community for a better future. May Almighty bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you, Shanavas. Thank you. It's because of women like yourself with substance that's going to make the India and Bangladesh relationship even stronger. She has 25,000 people that are working under her. A big round of applause for her. She runs free clinics. She has a school there. So we're inspired by you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for bringing your ladies here with us as well. A big round of applause. Next, I would like to invite Mantasha Ahmed to please come up on stage. Managing Director at Reela's Fashion Boutique. Welcome. A big round of applause for Mantasha.
My dear soul sisters and distinguished guests, a very good afternoon and Shubho Navabarsha to you all. 14th April, we celebrate Bengali New Year, and I really feel like this is an extended celebration of our New Year, the Bengali New Year, with all these incredible women under one roof who are sharing all their powerful stories with each other. So I would like to thank Women Economic Forum, especially Dr. Harbin Arora, for arranging such a strong platform for us. Today's topic, reclaiming food through agriculture, is extremely relevant for me because I come from a country where 80% of the people are farmers. They're engaged in farming. Although a lot of arable land is now being used for urbanization and infrastructure projects, the government policy is still in favor of agriculture, which is why the farmers are getting a lot of subsidy. They have access to good raw materials. They're using new technologies. And as a result, we have been able to meet our local demands. and the imports of grains have reduced significantly, and now we can, in fact, export a lot of agro-based products abroad. So that is actually a big achievement for us. And the urban population is also inclined towards rooftop gardening these days. So on high-rise buildings, you'll see very nice green gardens. So that is something we have been encouraging our urban population as well. And I think because of global warming, there will be disasters, a lot of natural disasters in the coming days. Bangladesh particularly is a cyclone and flood-prone country. And certain cyclones, when Bangladesh was hit by Sidr and Ayla, the big cyclones, there was big food scarcity. And at that time, our farmers were pushed to use hybrid seeds, and instead of rice, we started growing maize to produce wheat. So at that time, that's how we met the demands of local people. So I think this sort of phenomena, natural disasters can happen in any part of the world. So we always need to be prepared, and that's why agriculture is so important. And as one of my soul sisters already said, that agriculture is the most ancient way of life. It will always influence our life. So let's start our own garden. And I would like to finish my speech with a quote from Kiran Bedi. She says, "Every woman is a working woman, only a few are salaried." So yes, we all work, but how many of us get the due respect? I'm very lucky that my husband is here today with my daughter to celebrate my success. And I see that Dr. Harbin Arora's husband is also there supporting her and all of us. So a big round of applause for them. And I think men like them can make a big difference in a woman's life. So thank you very much.
I've heard it from the leaders that the highest paying job in the country should be of a mother, you know. Even if they're not working, they're still working, even if they're sleeping. So a big round of applause for you and having the support of your family that you have today. Thank you. A big round of applause for Mantasha. Next, I would like to invite another dynamic woman who's coming from Bangladesh, Savina Ikram Sheraji, to please come up on stage. She is the proprietor, Master Chef. Savina is Savina's Kitchen. Welcome, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you all are having a wonderful time, just like I am having. It was a great pleasure to meet here and learn from diverse number of people and also share knowledge and opinions. Savina's Kitchens started with a small-scale catering house, but now we are catering food in a huge scale. Since my business is food-related and I love food, I have practiced in a number of top-rated restaurants in Bangladesh, learned different cuisine. I have also won the first prize in a cooking contest all over Bangladesh. Its name was Shera Randuni in 2016, just like MasterChef. So, talking about food along with agriculture, a few things comes to my mind. These are the things that I can relate with my own food business and also the things that I have experienced. Humanity plays a big role here. The food I am making for my customers need to be hygienic and healthy as well. But the raw materials that I buy from the store needs to be healthy too. Suppose oil, rice, flour, onion, etc. These need to be cultivated organically and formalin-free. Or else, no matter how clean I keep my kitchen or how healthy I try to prepare my food, it would be of no use. Nowadays, everything comes in hybrid. Farmers are using formalin on their crops, injecting medicines into the animals like cows, chicken, goat, fish, etc. This will affect our health in the long run. Agriculture is the largest employment sector in Bangladesh. The performance of this sector has a wide range of impact on major microeconomic objectives like employment, property, human resource development, food security, etc. Basically, the entire nation's health depend on the type and quality of food we are having. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Savina. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Next, I would like to invite Rosina Akhtar to please come up on stage. She is with Regal Freight Forwarding Agency. A big round of applause for you.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon everyone. I would like to thank WEF and especially for Herbert Arora. Actually, agriculture is an important source of livelihood in most parts of the world. It involves tough work but contribute of food security and health of nation. Before the Industrial Revolution, agriculture was the primary source of economy. In spite of many commercial options coming up, many rely on agriculture for their income. Agriculture is a nature-friendly and most peaceful method of livelihood. Industrial farming techniques and genetically modified crops allow farmers to produce a much greater amount of food than in the past, even when using the same amount of land, which keeps food on table. But at what cost? Science today has succeeded in taking the sacred out of farming, at least out of modern scientific farming. Machines took laborers out of the field, so farming became more manageable. Selective breeding brought genetic beverage more or less under control. Commercial fertilizer gave farmer to power to cope with the uncertainties or organic-based Naturian cycling. Commercial fertilizers provide simple scientific means of managing predator, parasites, and pests. Deep oil irrigation reduce. The growers depends on rainfall. Processing, storage, and transportation all mechanical process. Remove many of the previous biological constraints associated with the farm, time, and place production. Farms have become a fertilizer without roof. Who needs God when we have modern science and technology? Reclaiming the sacred simply recreate a possibility or hope for a desirable quality of life. Sustainable farming means farming in the harmony with the nature and nurturing nature rather than dominating or manipulating it. Sustainable agriculture means fighting farming or to the farmer. The farm not forcing either to some preferable restriction or progress. Thank you all, everybody here.
Thank you so much, Ms. Akhtar. Now I want to invite a special guest on stage who's been with us for a few days. She's traveling all the way from the UK, Caroline Drummond, to please come up on stage. She's with Leaf, and this woman is a prime example of when we say women in farming. You know, she'll be able to give you a bit more insight on that. A big round of applause for you, Caroline.
Thank you very much. Well, my work is linking environment and farming, and having heard from these wonderful ladies about how important sustainable agriculture is, I couldn't agree more. Farming is the bedrock of our whole society, the core of our culture. It is two words, agriculture, and that is the management of the land, the management of our earth, the respect for nature, but of course the culture in every country that is often depicted by our food. Our work at Leaf is around working with farmers across the world about driving more sustainable agriculture, and as has been really clearly highlighted, it is a big challenge, and it's something that we need to speed up as we face some of the big challenges around climate change, because farming holds the solution for a better nutrition, embedding nutrition of the value of the food we grow, for better culture and sharing of food, but more importantly, understanding the importance of rural areas in an increasingly urban society. So thank you very much, and thank you again, Dr. Hareen, for a wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Caroline. We are so proud of all the work that you're doing. It's so, so important. Thank you for being with us. I will call upon both of our guests, Dr. Harbeen Arora and our special guest, Caroline, to please come up to the main stage and present our panelists with their awards. I would like to call upon Dr. Rupal Tyagi to please come up on stage and receive her iconic Women Creating a Better World for All. Now we have in the house Mr. Uday Kugaji, who is representing his wife, Chef Ritu here, who's taking her award for us. Shri Lakshmi, if I could please have you come up on stage. A big round of applause for exceptional women of excellence. Next, I would like to call upon Miriam Kasimi to please come up on stage. Exceptional women of excellence. Miriam? Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Miriam. Bernadetta Rodriguez, all the way from Costa Rica, a big round of applause. Iconic woman creating a better world for all. Shahnawaz Akhtar Jahan, please come up on stage and receive your Exceptional Woman of Excellence Award, all the way from Bangladesh. Mantasha Ahmed, please come up on stage for your Exceptional Woman of Excellence Award. Let's hear it for these ladies all the way from Bangladesh, ladies and gentlemen. Would like to call upon Savina Ikram Sriraj. Please come up on stage and receive your Exceptional Woman of Excellence Award. Rosina Akhtar, please come up on stage and receive your iconic Woman Creating a Better World for All. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call you upon to come to the front stage and take a quick photograph with Dr. Harbeen and Caroline. Here we have it, this phenomenal panel this afternoon. Reclaiming food and farming, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for this entire dynamic group.